Hey everybody, it's Rob from Flailthroughs. Welcome back to Gundam Breaker 4, and today we are going to try and get at least a couple of missions done. It depends on how awake I am. Had to get up early, go for a, routine checkup with my doctor, so we'll see if I'm actually, able to play and talk at the same time. I make no promises here. But, yeah, still enjoying the game, of course, and just, like I said, trying to figure out what to do next, so hopefully, I'll be able to brain. We're off to a great start. But this one seems to be Gundam Seed Destiny themed. There are a couple of Sword Impulse Gundam swords as builder's parts, and Sword Impulse is also like the reward suit, so we'll see how this goes. Are we fighting? Where is it? Here. Here we go. We are fighting Dual Gundam. And of course, well, it says exterminate everything, so I can just wait until I get to the helpers before I worry about that. So yeah, plus still good so far. Yeah, so far the build I used to get through Chapter 7 seems to be doing all right. So that's good. Yeah, not really a lot to report, honestly. I did my all my various half-price spins on both of my PlayStation accounts for GBO2 and got not too much. So, but yeah, could be worse, obviously. But always nice when you do get something new and fun in that game. By the time you see this week's update will be live probably. I have no idea what it's going to be or what's in it, but hopefully it'll be something good. But I'm just glad that the gun cannon heavy arms type missions wound up being 2 weeks, because that I need more. Basically, I need more time to get the damage. I think I'm most of the way to the rated match count. I'm glad it's only 10 across 2 weeks, because that gives me a lot more time to try and have patience with, all right, that worked well, with rated, but I did get the level 1 of that. I am trying to get around with it. I am not there yet, but it's fun. Beyond that, I've got, when I run out of videos I had on my PS5, I've got some guest videos good to go, so, and yeah, that's about it. The doctor's appointment went well, nothing bad going on that I can tell. And yeah, so just normal existing things. But sorry, like I said, I got up really early. Brain is probably gone, but the one thing I did get today, besides doctor's appointment, was I got my latest Surugaya order, which had a couple of bilingual manga volumes in it. One of Astro Boy and one of Kim of the White Lion, aka Jungle Emperor Leo. So, that's always kind of fun stuff to have. So yeah, no complaints from me. And also got a few more of the 5-star stories art books, which, yeah, I hope they get more of those in stock, because I really like them. I mean, besides the fact they're really nicely done art books with, like, full-page line art of things, there's the fact that they smell like my father's comic chest from when I was a kid, and that is like a significant draw, honestly. Like, I'm one of those smells you don't realize you missed until you hear it again. Yeah, I'm that tired. Anyway, yeah, but. And again, they're just nice art books. I also got one for a game I've never heard of. I think it's the name something along the lines of Granado Espada. I think it's a Korean MMO, but the thing that's interesting about it is that the character designs were all done by the lead character designer for the Saga series. So, and again, just random art books are, just something I always enjoy having to look at. So, yeah, that was nice. And let's launch a bunch of everything. Yep, looks like... Okay, that's a sumo. That's a weird choice for a stage that I kind of expected to be more Cosmic Hero related, though I guess, you know, realistically, kind of turn A goes with everything, so... And got a 4-star sumo torso, nothing wrong with that. Okay, and a 5-star sumo torso, that's even better. We'll go to that, followed by these, followed by this, followed by that, followed by those, followed by... Yeah, it's still activating the, if I'm holding the, shotgun button when I change option part palettes, it's still automatically using the greatsword for me. Greatsword does not take long to recharge, though. That's not a big deal. So, okay, and sumo out of here. But yeah. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. I don't know if I keep butting up against the edge of the stage here, which is just kind of a thing. Yeah, like there's a barrier here. I can't see it, but I can see the little sparklies, but when I'm just flying back and forth trying to fight things, it's not really that visible. But, yeah, the other thing I grabbed this last week, because I was curious, is during Tokyo Game Show, Steam had the original version of Dark Souls 2 with all of the DLC on sale. And just... It's really kind of weird how they both kind of wind up with similar difficulties, that and the redone version that's on PS4 and all that, Scholar, First Sin, but totally different ways, because the enemy placement, with a few exceptions, is a little bit friendlier in the original version. There are places where you catch major ambushes, but also the enemy types in those ambushes tend to be less varied and more manageable, in my opinion. But the thing that's really kind of interesting is that kind of ends up being like a, you know, break even in terms of difficulty from my perspective, because upgrade materials are just a little bit harder to get in the original version. So, you know, there's a solid chance, unless you are really conserving your materials and know exactly from moment one what weapons you want to be using, that you're getting about the same level of difficulty because you're having to do everything with weaker weapons and armor. So it's just kind of an interesting thing. But I am enjoying it. Like I said, just they are significantly different. Like almost all of the enemy placements, with a few like set pieces in specific being the same. Almost all the enemy placements are different in some way or another. But to be honest, I feel like Dark Souls 2 comes off better after playing Scholar, because just there's nothing really wrong with Scholar. It's hard. These games are hard. But just, I keep getting to places where it's like, oh no, here comes that bastard. And in the vanilla version, that bastard is not there, which is just a wonderful feeling, honestly. So, yeah. You know, if you have a PC that can run it in 20 bucks to spare, it's certainly interesting if you've only ever played the redone version. But I know there's, you know, a ton of debate as to which is better, and honestly, just I'm just glad to have the opportunity to have both without paying, you know, full price on Steam, because boy, is there a lot of Souls games just do not go on sale that often, it seems like. This is definitely, since I started playing them, you know, early this year, this is the first time I think I've seen them go on sale, like, in any significant way on Steam. I lucked into the UK release of the trilogy on PS4 for like 30-40 bucks on Amazon. So if you've got a PS4 or 5, that is probably the cheapest way to play them all. If anybody, you know, is wondering about that, like 10 years after, you know, it was a thing. But I don't know why, you know, I don't think it's particularly surprising that with the, amount of Gundam stuff I've done and the amount of Gunpla I've gotten and Transformer collecting and all that, that I kind of have a tendency towards obsession. But for what I don't even know quite why it all grabbed me, but yeah, I'm enjoying it. So, keeps the brain bees in order a little bit.
Can we really
Okay,
beat that
let's.
thing?
I think I can do this without overheating. Yes, I can, just barely. But okay, I'll go after Strike Freedom since that's what the target lock wants me to do. All right. And it does seem like I'm starting to be able to, like, get thoughts in some form of order here, so that's good. Ah, good. Hit the Infinite Justice with the hammer pretty effectively. Unfortunately, it seems like unless there may be, like, one exactly right frame to hit things with the hammer spin for. Oh, wow, it can use its lifter. That's cool. I did not know that was a thing. I was saying I'd like to see more vehicles in the game, so, there's one at least. I did, they could be kind of janky and kind of difficult, but I did like the, base jabber and what have you missions from the older Breakers. 1 and 2, I think, were primarily when they showed up. But, yeah. So, but yeah, I'm glad there's still, some kind of option for that. Again, I'd love to see transforming suits, but, can't have it. Again, just most days I'm just happy we actually got a Gundam Breaker 4 that is really quite good, so we can always hopefully build off of that and see what happens. Alright, we are fighting Legend, Providence, and probably Perfect Strike. I'll just assume. That sure looks perfect. Well, I don't know if it looks perfect, but it looks like it has all the things, which is what the Perfect Strike Gundam is, as far as I know. All right, let's just go for it here, since I'm getting tossed around and this is the last wave. Let's just fight everything. All right. Missiles for everything. Missiles for everything everywhere. No, I don't think I'm going to let you just knock me around, thank you. It does seem like using the... Ooh, I got caught in something nasty. Well, let's do this thing. Okay, yeah, definitely. I was about to say, it looks like the speed boost abilities do, in fact, just boost all speeds. Attack speed, boost speed, walking speed. Because, yeah, it even made my burst combo pattern faster. So that's kind of impressive, honestly. And more nuclear weapons. Okay, some hammer, some greatsword, and again with that, rockets for everyone. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh, we don't. Am I in some kind of weird target lock mode? I think I was. Okay, yeah, I think. I'm not sure how I got to that, but it looks like when that golden frame is around things, like, you will 100... Yeah, if you hold the down button, it looks like. If you get that yellow frame around your targeting lock area, you are just 100% target locked onto that target. Which, definitely useful for keeping on bosses like this one, so... I'm just going to keep going at this thing, because I do not have any ground break ability with this setup, but... And now I'll turn off that. Oh, or it won't let me, and that's fine. I'll get it next stage. But yeah, that's a good thing to know, because again, just, yeah, being able to just focus on one specific thing, very, very nice. Okay, so I think I got S ranks on everything. Yep, so I've got 2 anti-ship swords. I've got a pile of emblems, and at least one part of the Sword Impulse Gundam. Which part? One evolved part? Okay, a 5-star Sword Impulse arm. That's fine. And this will take me almost to Builder's Rank 34. Bad. Okay, yeah, the Armor Schneider knife for the Strike Gundam. Yeah, I'm almost certain those used to be paired weapons in older Breaker games, but yeah, since you can do one weapon in each hand now, apparently there's just individuals. Okay, a Baku head, which you can use as twin blade. I forgot about that. I don't remember what suit uses that, but yeah, that's neat. Another a melee part. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that, but boy, that is a big, fancy, weird sword. I forget whose beam tomahawk that is. That might actually go to the Zaku warrior. I don't remember. Beam javelin, beam lance. I think the beam lance goes to the Abyss Gundam. Not 100% sure on that. Level 30, 5-star melee. Definitely be merging that with my existing melee parts. That is a Jin sword, the Grand Slam, and the Strike Freedom's beam saber. Okay. And okay, that big goofy sword also has a smaller goofy gun mode. That's nice. Strike Gundam's rifle, energy beam rifle. I'm pretty sure for either Providence or Legend. Beam rifle shorty, Strike Noir? Maybe. And yeah, whichever one is for Providence and Legend, this one's for the other one. I'm pretty sure this one is for Legend because those white sensors were a thing more in Destiny than Seed, if I'm remembering. Yeah, I think so. Okay. And boy, bunch of Strike and Freedom and Duel and Justice and Duel. And more Jins. Chaos Gundam, the Strike Noir. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Ton of parts. Yeah, it's going to take me a while to sort through all of those, but I can do that between videos. A Strike Rouge with Integrated Weapon Striker Pack. Which, yeah, I think that's what that backpack was. Not necessarily the perfect strike, but the IWSP. And yeah. Man, just, yeah, tons of everything here. 2 more shields. That's the Savior Gundam shield. That's the Impulse Gundam shield. I wonder if they're folded or unfolded versions, or if you can change the mode. I don't know. And a bunch more upgrade parts. And let's see. Sell that. That has 2. Yeah, at this point, just basically anything that only has negatives or has more negatives than positives, unless the positives are really, really strong, I'm just ditching them to save space. But okay, attack power at low health is not a bad thing. Yeah, so I'll sell all those and house those, and we'll go on to the next mission. All right, let's go.
This is the mission coming.
All right, quest. Yeah, we'll do 28. And that will do it for now. Might or might not try and get another episode in for the weekend. Depends, honestly, on just how much time I've got. So, but having this all done in advance is not going to hurt anything. So, yeah, I did make everything a little bit taller, so the camera is not really traveling to go with that. At least the face close-up still worked. So, that's something. Okay, we're in the desert. It's going to be another all boss level, because this sure looks like a large bossy area. No, there's the opposite of what I was thinking, because there are SDs. Okay, I don't know that I've done. I used that? Yeah, I'd probably used that spin before. Just I wasn't expecting it. So yeah, it's the standard It's the standard heavy if you hold a direction when you activate the hammer, or just the standard heavy period. Okay. Oh well, like I said, spacey. Had a long day, but wasn't a bad one, so that's fine. All right, and good. Hit that pretty good. missed with missiles. These missiles do not miss as a general. They don't do a huge amount of damage, but they also stop things a little bit for me, which is definitely a worthwhile. Let's turn off the. Okay. Throw Gundam. There we go. Turned that super target lock off. That's probably been there the whole time, and I just didn't know about it. That is not exactly uncommon. Okay, it's a target mobile suit, so I definitely want to take out more lackeys before I go after them. Because if I can do that, you know, more parts, so. Right. There is one more. I think it's a Captain Gundam, yeah. That I want to take care of before we deal with Night Gundam and Zero, I think it is. So, there we go. Wait, okay. Come on now. Don't be difficult. Alright. Missiles. More missiles. Okay, the Falcon Sword. If this were Dragon Quest, the Falcon Blade would hit twice in a turn instead of once, which isn't really handy, especially when you're trying to take down metal slimes, because yeah, you can tag them for 2 hit points instead of 1 in a single turn. Stop bouncing and swing the hammer, please. All right. There we go. That's 2 more targets. And now we've got full armor Night Gundam and a bunch of other stuff. Okay, it managed to deflect me. That's neat. Didn't know they could do that. I did know I could do that. Missiles. All right, let's get some of the ads. Knight Superior Dragon. Okay. I think that's a new one, honestly. I don't think I've gotten to. I could very easily be wrong. But again, just it's been a couple of days off between play sessions, and I cannot necessarily brain, so yeah. Not even sure what I have or don't have at this point. Let's see. We've got Versal Night Gundam and something very shiny. Okay, that's what Night Superior Dragon looks like. Well, now I know. All right then. Yeah, again, I can tell things are starting to get a little bit more difficult. So yeah, after this chapter, at the very latest, it'll be time for a full-on rebuild. Might be earlier than that if the next like 2 stages after these knock me around the way these seem to be. At least I think they're knocking me around. I may have just been spamming jump button and, you know, jumping and squatting again. I don't know. It'd be nice if, like, there were an ability that made that landing ability into a slam attack. Maybe there is. Who you know, maybe that's something one of the ability capsules can do. Okay, I was about to say that's going to disappear because we finished the wave. Let's see, how'd we do? We did S rank on both. Nice.
That should do it.
And we're ready to pop our speed boost again next area. So that's good. Oh. Nice looking map.
Watch my back. Let's
I
go.
want to say this was in Breaker 3. It looks familiar at any rate. Okay, there's a Dong Providence Gundam. Oh, yeah, that is something that happened interestingly in the latest GBO2 patch. Basically, I forget what the meanings are, but they changed the spelling of the recent like funnel loaded Engage Zero. In the original release, it was named Yong Hwavin, which I have no idea what it means, and now they have changed that to match UC Engage to Yon Favin, which, from what I have heard, I may be incorrect, but I believe that it is that Yon Favin is more or less the Cantonese spelling and pronunciation as opposed to the Yonghwaven, which is Mandarin. So, thought that was interesting. The other change that they made is the Slife Rail, which, you know, was my best guess on the pronunciation from the Japanese, has been retranslated again, I think, to match UC Engage as the Sly Frail. You know, still one word, but like it is made up of like the English words sly and frail, as opposed to, you know, Sly Frail, which is not anything. So I don't know that it's that frail. Relatively sly, I guess. I think it does. I forget whether it has stealth or anti-stealth abilities. I think it has something. Regardless, yeah. So it's just kind of interesting when they do that. You know, just like Pixie became, after years of being IE, became PIXY, which again, a perfectly, perfectly cromulent spelling. But just yeah, it's kind of interesting to see the spellings change on these things. Like think I've mentioned this before. I am old enough to remember when Zugok was spelled Zugok in English, Zugock, which if you look far enough back, you can still find model kits with that spelling. The original Japanese release of the Zugok still has that spelling. Very similar box for the US release that they did when 0080 was running here. But yeah, it's but they, you know, localized the spelling. It's kind of interesting. I am still curious to see if mobile Jin is ultimately reverted to GINN, which has been the official translation for, you know, pretty much 20 years. Yeah, want to see if they go back to that, or if JIN is just, you know, official now. These things do change over time frequently. But yeah, translation is weird, so, and it is never as simple as it sounds to take something from one language, even when it is emulating a third language, and put it into English, or from English to Japanese. So got a post, or got a reply on one of my videos recently from a Japanese GBO player who seemed to be amused that even in English they use the name Garobi for, you know, damage over time beams, which, as I've mentioned before, just basically translates more or less to beam vomit. So, you know, it's as good a translation as any for what those beams do. But okay, that is wave 2 down, and we will move on to wave 3. But yeah, you know, just translation always fascinates me. Like, and translation, and like how, you know, people arrive at names for things, especially Gundam names, since they're all weird. From what I've heard over the years, Tomino started coming up with names like Gelgug and things like that, because it's like, okay, it seems like nobody cares what the... Tryon 3. Excellent. Nobody seems to care the names I'm putting on these things, so let's just go wild with it and see what happens. But, yeah, like, one of the slightly less, what's the word I'm looking for? Out there names, when you get down to it, is Bound Dock, which, you know, been talking to people a lot about lately. But because it was named Bound Dock just because they started with the with Hound Dog in katakana, and if you move the accent marks from the G sound at the end of the word to the H sound at the beginning of the word, that accent mark turns the ha part of hound in Japanese into bound. So yeah, instead of Hound Dog, it was Bound Dock. And, you know, if you know, like, if you if you know anything about katakana, that makes perfect sense, but when you try to explain it for people who don't, I'm sure it just sounds just totally incomprehensible. And if so, I'm sorry, but yeah, there's, take a look at some katakana charts if you at some point, if you like, and you will be able to see what it is I'm talking about. I swear. Okay, I would have liked to actually hit the enemy with it, but okay, well, there's one. But yeah, the sped up spin attack is pretty great. Okay, yeah, you can actually when you've got the speed boost from my EX buff there, you can actually land the big downswing with the hammer, which is nice. Okay, there's I think one more major thing to get. I think it's the Super Fumina, and then this stage will be over. I did not mean to put on the lock thing again. There we go. Need to turn off lock entirely either, so yep, gonna fumble a little bit. I'm just glad I'm not trying to use Dark Souls controls with it, because I've done that once or twice. I mean, the good news is, like, almost all of the attack buttons actually do things here too, but or at least, the heavy attack will fire my ranged weapon in this. But that is the stage. Let's see what we get out of that. And okay, S's and everything. I'll take that. Yeah, I decided on the red AUG logo for my gamer card, or whatever you want to call it. I guess just ID card in the game, because I like the AUG logo and just, I don't know, just looked nice and sharp. So, hey, 5-star Tryon 3 body. That is excellent news. I will probably do a straight build Tryon 3 at some point. And we are builders rank 34. Got a bunch of Gundam age-related color schemes, plus the Superior Gundam. That is a weird choice. Not saying no, but just weird choice. And then the weird knife with the two, like, extra pointy bits. Maybe those happen on real knives and serve a purpose, but it just, in SD size at least, it looks kind of wonky to me. Like, okay, I like the sword. Super Fumina Beam Saber, which, yeah, I think it's since Super Fumina, I believe, is based partially off of her Powered Gym cardigan. I believe it's using a Verka Beam Saber from the Powered Gym. That's just off the top of my head, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what a Beam Saber with that little, like, pointy bit at the end is. So, Thunder Sword version 2. Not bad. Sword of Darkness. Pointy. That really does look like it would go well with Talpa from Ronin Warriors. I think I've said that before, but, like, he basically wears that on his back. So if you can figure out a way to stick one on his back decoratively, then yeah, you could do a version of him very easily. Okay, the Falcon Sword is actually pretty sharp looking. No pun intended, but no, it looks good. Let's see, long range weapons, Golden Dragon Bow. Okay, I'm sure there will be builds where I want somebody to have a bow, so that's good to have. That is a big foldy gun rifle thing, which I don't know if it goes to a Gundam Exia related suit, but it sure looks like it could. Dark Cannon. Okay, which, yeah, does kind of just look like a cannon to a large degree. Two-way rifle with night vision scope. I'm assuming that goes to a version of the Commando Gundam. And Mega Beam Rifle, which is somehow more reasonable looking despite being, shiny gold. Let's see. Mario Kenshi Zero Gundam version 2. Command Gundam Yami Shogun, which is a Zaku. I'm not surprised. Musha Victory Gold Wings, and Mobile Doll May. Captain Gundam's chest. That is one of the later versions of Captain Gundam, though, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure he did not look like that in the first season. Versal Knight Gundam. That's not bad. Dragon Phoenix Strike Lu Bay Gundam. Captain Gundam again. Musha God Maru Final Battle. More Captain Gundam. More Dai Shogun parts I had. And, yeah, Tryon 3's torso. which honestly fits in very well with the SDs. Just, you know, proportionally it's a little different, but yeah. I think one thing I would like to see in the future, I know you can alter the, you know, just scale of things, but I don't think you can go into like squash and stretch to make SD parts and standard parts like fit like perfectly proportionally speaking. I would like that in a future Gundam Breaker game. You know, just make everything be able to you know, go between SD and standard, or at least an approximation thereof. Boy, I got a lot of left arms. Got a lot of everything, actually. So, yeah, like I said, it's going to take me forever to sort through these parts. Okay, well, there's a cape if I need it. Okay, I like the Knight Superior Dragon backpack. That's actually kind of nice. Captain Gundam's backpack. Okay, Versal Knight Gundam also has like fancy little wings and a cape. Knight Superior Dragon again. Dongjua. Okay, well, if you can't get the Blade of Darkness to work for a Talpa, Dongjua Providence Gundam's backpack will also do just a fine job for that. Dai Shogun has a couple of really big cannons. And Bushi Gundam Super Hagane version has, you know, just fairly standard weapons. Captain Gundam's winch shield. 3 of them. War enhances. Okay, let's see. Okay, item drop plus 48%. We'll hang on to that because thruster gauge economy is a good thing to have, but so is like 48% more stuff. Oh, hate up. I thought it said rate up, and it was like, what does that mean? But no. Cooldown reduction for option skills, not bad. Attack power at low health plus 7. Break fall. Okay, yeah, a lot of these are actually usable. Recovery when enemy is defeated. And cooldown reduction when enemy is defeated. And it's just cooldown in general, which is interesting. Don't need that. Okay, there's plus 5% item drop rate and quality with no drawbacks. Hang on to that for now. Awaken gauge and thruster gauge economy for a tiny shred of hit points recovery. That's no. Long range weapon gauge capacity down for a little bit more invulnerability. That's also a no. Let's see, break fall and long range gauge recovery speed down. Also a no. Okay, yeah, so we'll hang on to the rest and figure out what I think I'm doing at some later date. I kind of hope that eventually maybe there will be a thing like in Monster Hunter where you throw in enough unwanted like charms and it will spit out new ones at random to see if you can get better stats. Okay, and I now have the title SD Gundam is Life. I'm assuming that means I have collected all the SD Gundam suits. But at any rate, that is going to do it for today's Gundam Breaker. We will be back soon with more. Till next time, everybody take care and have fun. Later.